Hey, Tribute Band Central, welcome to the channel. I have a special guest today doing another interview. I have Troy Mowry with Love Child and wanted to welcome him to the channel. How you doing, Troy?
Pretty good. How are things going today?
Very good, very good. We are really pleased to have you on the show. For my listeners, I had the opportunity to just swing into one of my local venues, Six's Tavern, one night, and Love Child was playing and liked their stuff. And if you look back on the page, I've got a few video shorts that we put up, so we've got some samples of your music up already, Troy.
That's
But
cool.
I am looking forward to learning about Love Child. Tell me, how did it start? What's your history?
Well, believe it or not, I'll try to make a really, really long story, not quite so long. But we started, believe it or not, the band started back in 1992.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been around in different variations for a long time. Um, Myself and the original drummer, we were golfing buddies, and we were friends and played in bands together since we were 17. And we were out on the golf course one day and decided to start a band. And we started playing around the southeast with some different people. And next thing it's what 35 years later, and we've been through, like I said, we've done it on and off. It hasn't been solid since that time, but we used to do shows at Spinnaker and La Villa with the Pygmies, and all kinds of fun stuff. So it's been a wild ride.
Excellent. Excellent. So, yeah, that is quite a history. Now, I tend to feature tribute bands, but I also
Right.
work on cover bands and even variety bands. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, you're kind of more of a cover band. How many genres do you typically do covers for?
Yeah, we do consider ourselves a cover band. Our range of music is really from some rock in the 70s all the way up to modern stuff like the Foo Fighters. Um, what Basically the philosophy that we came up with is there's a lot of bands out there, and typically what we tend to see throughout the years is there's a lot of bands that basically there's about 80 songs that you see all of the cover bands out there playing. And our job, since we began this, even way back then, was to play stuff that everybody knows, everybody likes, but not the same stuff that everybody else plays. So we do. It's mostly rock, uh, some grunge stuff, but mostly it's good fun party rock that songs but you don't ever hear other bands play.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Do you want to so you do bass and vocals.
Correct.
Have you do you play any other instruments or have you been a bass player your whole life or
I
what's your
do.
background on that?
I actually started out on guitar. I started playing guitar when I was about 7. And as a matter of fact, in one of the other projects that I'm in, I actually play guitar in that band. And then myself and Roger, our guitar player for Love Child, do a lot of shows, acoustic shows together. So we play,
Okay.
a lot of like old Beatles and Eagles and fun harmony vocals and stuff like that. But yeah, I play a few instruments, a little bit of piano, but mostly just guitar and bass. Actually switched to bass about 15 years ago because it was kind of difficult to find a really good solid bass player you could depend on.
Uh,
And now they're everywhere, but back then it was it was a little bit more difficult. I come to think of it, it's probably closer to 20 years now. Starting to show my age, so
understood, understood. So just looking at the roster here, so you were speaking Roger Jones does
Roger
guitar
Jones.
and some vocals also.
Yeah, Roger Jones on guitar and vocals. We have Alan Patello also on guitar and vocals, and then our drummer's name is Kevin Smith,
Okay.
And we're all from the state of Alabama. Occasionally, we have one of the original members of Love Child, which is a guy named Tim Morgan, guitar player, will also fill in as well. But he's got another project that he plays in. So, um, but you know, those three guys right there are so interchangeable. They're all incredibly talented. Some of the best musicians I've ever played with. So one day we're going to get them all three on stage at one time.
Outstanding, outstanding. So I got to ask, how did the name Love Child come about? Is there a story behind it, or did you were picking names and that sounded good, or?
No, there is actually a story behind it. I'm gonna name drop. I try not to name drop very often, but Damon Johnson from the band, well, he's currently in the band Leonard Skinner, but also of the band Brother Kane. He played with Alice Cooper for a while. He played with Thin Lizzy for a while. Good friend, known him since I was about 21 years old. Met him uh, in Montgomery, Alabama, at a club where his band was playing. Before they became Brother Kane, they were a band that was called Chyld.
Ah,
And they spelled child with a Y, Chyld, which is why we decided to use child in our name is was kind of a tribute to them because they were the next generation up. You know, they were the guys that we looked up to. um, Incredible musicians. All of them have gone off to, you know, play with big bands and, you know, tour all over the world. And every now and then I still get a chance to play with Damon. So that's kind of cool. But the Love Child actually came from an old Supreme song. Diana Ross and the Supremes had a song called Love Child.
okay.
My dad grew up listening to a lot of 50s, 60s, 70s music. So I grew up with that in the house all the time. And the Love Child name came out in discussions of what to call the band. And when Love Child came out, we decided, Rob, our original drummer, and me decided that we would name it Love Child and use the Y as kind of a tribute to Damon and the guys.
Excellent, excellent. And for my listeners, it comes up first in Google searches, which is very tough for a lot of tribute bands and cover bands. So
Yes.
not only did you picked a good name and it's got a good history, but it comes to the top of the search list. So when you're looking for it, you're easy to find, which is nice.
Well, that was intentional. when uh when I started doing this years ago, I've always been the guy that did, you know, all the merchandise and the promotion stuff and the websites and the logos. I used to be a graphic artist, and so one of the things that I did very, very early on was snatch all that stuff. So I got the Facebook. I don't have the Just Love Child Facebook page. I don't know who's got that, but I've got pretty much everything else, the website and the all that stuff. So that's for all the other bands out there. That's a good thing to know. Do your research on your name before you name yourself. So it's a lot easier to be noticed if you're not one of a thousand. You know,
Exactly. That is absolutely true. And for my listeners, I will put a link to your website down below in the comments.
sweet,
So that will be there. So let's talk a little bit about your music. And I'm not going to put you on the spot so you can name more than one, but what's your
sure.
favorite song or songs and favorite genre? What gets the crowd going, or what do you guys enjoy the most to play?
Um, Really, for me it's all about vocals. It's all about I love a strong song. I've never been one of those guys that likes the kind of music that, I mean, don't get me wrong, guys like Steve Vai, you know, stuff like that, very impressive instrumental music,
Mhm.
not really my thing, although I do think it's really impressive for those guys that can do that kind of thing. um, I like I like singers, and so I've always tried to pick songs that reflect, um, good sing-alongs, stuff that's recognizable, stuff that's catchy. Um, but once again, stuff like that's not really the stuff everybody plays. One of my favorites that we do is Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Uh, Great song, very, very difficult to play. So it's one of those things that keeps you on your toes. Um, um, that's probably one. I'm a big fan of the band Bowling for Soup. For those of you out there who have not heard Bowling for Soup, check them out. They're amazing. They do some great, believe it or not, they do some great covers. And they did a wonderful, like hard rock, almost post punk uh, cover of the Flock of Seagulls song, I Ran.
Iran. Okay.
And we play that, and that's always a lot of fun to play. Another one that we play all the time, probably been playing since it first came out, um, is the Candlebox song "Far Behind."
Okay.
We've been playing that forever. That's just one that when it first came out, it was just such a good song. That's the kind of stuff that we like doing. But we'll play some old Thin Lizzy, like "Boys Are Back in Town," or we'll
Yeah.
play. We do some of the more modern stuff. Oh goodness, off the top of my head, there's so many songs. We've got probably 200 songs that we play learned on
Wow.
our playlist. So we try to switch it up so we're not doing the same stuff all the time. So
Outstanding. Outstanding. Now, with three vocalists, do you kind of take turns with different leads, or is there a lot of harmonies together, or how does that kind of work having three vocalists?
it's mostly me singing.
Okay.
The other two guys are great harmony singers.
Cool. Cool.
Like I said, Roger and I have been doing acoustic shows together for 30 plus years. And so our voices are, you know, I don't have to think about what he's going to sing. He doesn't think about what I'm going to sing. We just kind of do it and it happens and it works. Alan's also a great singer, and we do rehearse when when we have a rare weekend off. We'll actually have a rehearsal and work on vocal parts and things like that. So we just we're wanting to give the best show that we can. Back in the day, Kiss said they wanted to be the band that nobody got to see. That they always wanted to see
Yep.
and weren't able to see, and that's kind of what we're trying to do too.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I am looking forward to seeing you, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to plug some of your upcoming shows. I know you're going to be in my hometown of
Yep.
Cartersville, and I'm hoping
Yep.
that I can make that show. But give us a rundown, and for my listeners, if you don't catch the shows that we bring up, it'll be available down below in the comments. You can just click on their website. You have a great website, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. It's coming along. It's still got a long way to go. There's a lot of things I want to add to it, but it's just a matter of time. Um, I don't know when we're going to get this posted. I know you and I talked about that a little bit, but I know Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend. It's not Memorial Day. It's Labor Day.
It's Labor Day.
Labor Day weekend, we're going to be down in Panama City.
Cool.
We'll be there on Saturday and Sunday. The following week, if this gets posted after that, the upcoming weekend, we're going to be in Auburn, Alabama on Friday night. Cool place there called University Station, which they do like big pre-game parties before the Auburn University
Oh,
football games.
cool.
So they have a big bonfire. God, I don't think they'll be doing a bonfire. It's a little warm for that.
Yeah.
But we'll be there on Friday night. This is our first time in there, so we're excited about that. The following week is Sixes. We'll be there on Friday night. And we also have Nigel Dupree is going to be opening the show, who is the son of Jesse Dupree from Jackal. So really excited about that, and super excited to hear him play. Love hearing young musicians that got something going on, and so we're going to double bill it that night. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Um, Trying to think of where we're at the following weekend. I think the following weekend we're back in Birmingham, Alabama, at the mill there. So that'll be fun. I think we're doing some acoustic shows there, and then we got some other rock shows coming up
Excellent.
sometime soon.
Excellent.
It's all on the
Excellent.
website. There is a calendar on the website right there on the front page. If you scroll down on the left hand side, there'll be a schedule there that shows when and where we're going to be.
Outstanding, outstanding. Yeah, you are definitely what I consider to be a regional band in that
Yeah.
you're playing Florida, you're playing Georgia, you're playing Alabama. So for my listeners, you don't have to be in right in the Atlanta metro
Nope.
area. These guys are out touring around, and you can catch them at those types of shows. So definitely
Yeah.
do it. And if you're at,
Alabama.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was just going to say Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Florida, Louisiana, Tennessee. We're out there.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, when I put my channel together, everybody told me I had to ask all my interviewees one question that was the same. So
Okay.
I will throw out my question to you that I ask everybody. And I know you're very busy, so this might be a tough one for you, but do you have the opportunity or do you attend other tribute bands when you're in your off weeks?
If I have time, it really just depends on my schedule. I not only this band, but I play in another band that is a festival band that does big outdoor festivals and bike rallies and things like that. And between the two and acoustic shows, I stay pretty busy.
Understood.
If I have a weekend off, I'm usually trying to go to a club that I've never been to before that I'd like for us to play at.
Yep.
And so, like, I know I have a weekend coming up. Like, my only weekend off next month is going to be a trip over to check out some other clubs that we've been kind of targeting as clubs we want to see. So, I do try to get out whenever I possibly can. Unfortunately, if I have one night off, it's typically passed out on the couch at home because it
Understood.
happens so rarely.
Understood. Understood. Well, I certainly appreciate your time because I do know how busy you are, and I'm looking forward to hearing you. I was impressed with the few songs that I got to catch, and I can't wait to hear your full set. And for my listeners, if you have any questions for Troy or for me or anything about Love Child, put them in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And Tribute Band Central, thank you, Troy, for visiting with us today.
No problem at all. I appreciate you having me on here and promoting the band and everybody out there. The only thing that I can tell you of any significance right now is go see live music. We got to keep it going.
I love it. I love it. You're preaching to the choir here. That's
Amen.
exactly it. Exactly it. All right. Tribute Band Central.